Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want this to happen. I'm not saying it's categorically going to take place. This is not a prediction. I have no clue what will happen, although I know that the Southern District of New York, traditionally referred to as Tammany Hall, or you can say Tammany Hall existed within New York, the Democratic, or exists within New York, the Democratic political machine within that city and state has been around since the late 1800s. And President Trump is a political existential obstacle for them. They want retribution. He did something that was not allowed. He defeated Clinton, and he essentially defeated the Mueller probe. Nobody was ever indicted on working alongside Russian intelligence officials. And they found nothing. It was a complete tinfoil hat hoax. People were charged with lying to Congress or to bureau agents who texted, "We need to stop Trump." This is within their own text messages. Peter Strzok was kicked out of not only Mueller's team, but also the FBI because of his anti-Trump text messages. And so you have a system where media, the Washington Post, the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, all of Hollywood, social media algorithms, the Washington establishment, and especially, if he does get indicted, it won't be because of any criminal act. It'll be because they found something questionable that they can harp on for 3 years until 2024. And if he does get indicted or charged with a crime, because there's yet another, I think this is now 3 or 4 criminal investigations. They're searching for evidence that a crime was committed. Generally, a crime's committed, and then there's the evidence to pin the suspect or culprit. But if it does happen, it'll be the Republican Party's fault or Republicans in Congress. Okay, it'll be those Republicans that side with Democrats or think that the Democratic Party hasn't turned a corner, that media hasn't entered a point of no return in terms of going after political opponents. Mittens Romney, if he were the next obstacle, they would investigate him. You think, oh my God, Mitt Romney? Well, what is he? Pierre Delicto? Oh yeah, well, you know what? His Twitter account was linked to Russian operatives. Who knows? Who knows what they'll do? They're going to call The Hague because he put his dog on top of his car. They would they would find controversies, and they would not treat Mittens the way he was, the way they treated him in 2012. See, that's the thing. The never-Trumpers don't understand something. There's never again going to be a fair fight in terms of media being objective because a good Republican has taken hold of the Republican Party. It's a template that works. It is a strategy or a game plan or a roadmap to victory that works. You go after your direct political opponents, which is what they complained about Trump, but what they're doing to Trump. You get people like Jeff Sessions, Republican, and Romney and Ben Sass and others, and you get senators, representatives, Republicans in state counties, and you either feed them the lie that Trump isn't a good Republican, even though the people who opposed him in Congress voted alongside him 90% of the time. The Republicans who opposed Trump voted alongside him 90% of the time. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know what they did to Bernie Sanders. They did the same thing. Everything they did to Trump, they did to Bernie Sanders first. They tried it out on Bernie Sanders. But it's important, like, I come from a perspective, I used to be, before I became a supporter of President Trump, I used to be the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I used to be the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. I know how they work. I know it's a template. Disparage, engage in ad hominem allegations, try to insult and mock. They're reveling now. They are jumping for joy, gleefully stating with articles, oh yeah, Devin Nunes, the Justice Department tried to find the Twitter account that endlessly mocks him. This is why Twitter is the worst, the most nefarious social media platform ever created. It is the worst social media platform ever created, and it'll eventually become the MySpace of politics. This is how Democrats work. No-name account, just the definition of bullying, cyberbullying, just disparaging and mocking and denigrating and insulting a sitting U.S. congressman. Almost certainly with the ties to the Democratic Party or a political operative. Okay. Twitter did not give the information of that account to the Justice Department. You better believe if that account was going after any Democrat, Twitter would have given all the information to the Justice Department, and the double standard is unbelievable. You better believe if a conservative athlete said, "You're next," to a liberal activist or a liberal or a Democrat, they would have said, "Oh my God, this violates policies." You better believe that, well, you could see the BuzzFeed with the Steele dossier, their account wasn't suspended. But the New York Post's account was suspended for no reason. And then Dorsey says, you know what, that was a problem. But see, the thing is, it's not, I'm trying, this is an important point here. There's a method to the madness, and I'm going to be doing a live stream very soon within the next couple of days. So be here for the live stream also. And I'm going to try to start doing more live streams and be on H.A. Goodman's other channel right after you watch this, because I'll have a segment up on H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'm building that channel up again. So the link will be below. Please subscribe to it. Let's get it to 20, 30,000 subs. Let's get that channel going. But ladies and gentlemen, it is the Republicans, it's the Republican Party's fault. You could say Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. I would even venture to say, I wouldn't say Ted Cruz, but he was in Lindsey Graham level, not long ago. The people who are not taking a firm stand, meaning they push for investigations. They politicized investigations. Investigations have always been politicized in politics. The difference, though, is that the Clintons almost certainly deserved them. Whitewater was a failed land deal. Where's the failed business venture with Trump? Watergate was a break-in against the law. Where's the break-in linked to Trump? They had to purchase a dossier against Trump. They had to obtain his tax returns because they just know there's something fishy and suspicious. But see, again, it doesn't matter if he defeats them in court. The public relations spin. So then they say an indicted president, he's a criminal, you're going to vote for this person? Yeah, I would, because they're going after him. If you utilize the same scrutiny against Biden and Clinton, what do you think you'd find? A lot more than nothing for the past 3-4 months or 4 years. You think if you had the special counsel, just with Monica Lewinsky, got a perjury charge and an obstruction of justice because he did those things. He did commit perjury. With Trump, they couldn't even get him on obstruction of justice because he didn't. He didn't obstruct justice because the investigation was chasing a fantasy. There was nothing that actually took place that they were investigating, aside from a high to moderate confidence assessment. And then when they had CrowdStrike under oath, they said, well, no concrete evidence. So either the entire foundation that the Russians infiltrated the DNC, that's not fact. That is a high to moderate confidence assessment on the part of numerous entities. That is within the intelligence reports. Anyway, will they indict President Trump? I think it's likely because they want revenge. They want retribution, and they have Republicans on their side. They have Jeff Sessions. They have people like, Romney. They have Republicans on their side. The Lincoln Project, who knows what they are. They are Republicans, but they're political operatives. Okay? People like Bill Kristol. They have people who want never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts, regime changes. They want people who advocate a foreign policy that's hawkish, militant. Trump isn't like that. Trump isn't like that. He's the complete opposite. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. They want retribution for the sin of having defeated Clinton. And they might actually get that. But Trump is the Obi-Wan Kenobi of politics, so it would only make him stronger. And it wouldn't stop him from 2024. Give me your thoughts.